welcome back to the Best Friends podcast. I'm Aaron Martinez, and in the studio with me, guest host.
Ian Martinez.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yep, happy to be here.
I know you had a busy 3 weeks, and last week you were guest host, so thank you for guesting this week too.
Yeah, I just want to apologize about last week's episode too. I was recovering from the flu. It was an intestinal thing. I wasn't feeling that great, so I don't feel like it was my best performance. So.
Oh, I agree. All right, let's take a look at season 1, episode 13 this week. Go ahead and give me an episode summary.
Episode summary: Chandler sees Rachel's boobs. Joey finds out a secret about his father, and Phoebe has an annoying boyfriend.
Oh boy. Yeah, pretty much my summary is the thing about thingies. Now that we got that done, any big capsulation you want to take away from this episode before we get started?
I don't want to get into too much spoiler territory. And I mean, but this one for me, this was a little perplexing. Each week I approach these things with an open mind, open heart. It's the only way to do it. But I mean, without fail, I've always been able to key in on some of the worst people. This one actually kind of gave me a run for my money this time. This one's a little more up in the air.
That's true. And for anyone at home wishing to play, go ahead and, get out your friendship rubrics. We'll be going through each character, and then we'll be looking at the 4 pillars of a best friend: honesty, kindness, fairness, and loyalty.
Yeah, those are the 4 pillars.
Yes, thank you. So if you were going to build something, you have 4 pillars, and, usually around the sides. I'm not sure what's in the center, if it would sink down. Anyways, you have these 4. And then we're going to grade them on these. So there's 4 options on the spectrum.
Yeah, each one of the friends will be subjected to a line of questions regarding each one of these 4 pillars. Well, let's sort of get down to the nitty gritty, find out, how good of friends these people are.
Sounds right. All right, so go ahead and get your family and friends around with their rubrics, and let's go ahead and begin. All right, Chandler, and let's start with the first pillar: honesty.
Right, let's get right down to it. Fisher Stevens plays a white guy, which I thought was weird, and he plays a white guy. I'm like, this guy's definitely Indian, though. I've seen the Short Circuit movies. But no, I know Fisher Stevens is white. But you know what? I feel like they were messing with us because his name is Raj. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Which we find out late in the episode is short for Roger. But I was like, are they trying to have it both ways here? What are we doing? Honesty for Chandler. There's 4... I'm sure you were going to lead me into this. There's 4 things.
Oh, what were the 4 things for honesty?
I'm sorry.
I had to get that. Raj thing?
I had to get that in. It's very important to talk about. I didn't want to miss it.
All right, good.
So honesty, there's 4 choices, and this is going to apply to everybody. We're going to go over the 4 choices on the first one here, and then we're not going to waste that time going forward. But honesty, the 4 choices are: lies most of the time, which is the worst choice; lies sometimes, second to worst; consistently tells the truth, getting a little bit better; and always tells everyone the truth. That's the best.
You say that's the best, but sometimes honesty is the best policy, but sometimes you can be too honest.
There's a lot of subjective things, but we have to, I feel like the way this goes, we can't be subjective. Like if we're numbering them from worst to best, we have, those things can't be subjective.
Right. We won't be subjective about the episode. This is cold hard facts.
Well, I'm just saying which one's the worst, which one's the best can't be a subjective thing. If there's going to be any basis for actual scientific analysis of any of this.
Very true. All right. So what is his honesty level in this episode?
Chandler,
For me, I would say consistently tells the truth. Let's go ahead and get it out there. Chandler was a little creep ball in this one.
What?
He's a creep ball.
No.
Yeah.
How?
Oh, he's staring at Rachel's boobies.
Okay.
But I would say he consistently tells the truth because he helps out Joey to, talk about his father's infidelity.
I'm going to say you're always tells everyone the truth because, looking at Rachel's breasts doesn't make him less honest. If anything, he's more honest.
Sure. Kindness.
Let's see. Hey, okay. I'll give it to rude or mean sometimes. Being more on the rude side than the mean side. He's definitely rude. Instead of being completely apologetic about it and mortified as he should be, even though it was completely by accident that he saw Rachel's boobs, he sort of needles her with it a little bit. So, that's more rude. I'm going to say he's rude or mean sometimes.
I'm about to agree with you there.
And I mean, listen, he got a lot of points, a lot of good guy points for his, talk with Joey. He's encouraging him and he's going to grow up to be a good man and all of that. But still, got to give him some demerits.
Fairness.
Fairness. Oh gosh, did we even go over the 4 choices? Never mind. But fairness. Well, I mean, let's just go back to kindness. Our 4 choices were rude or mean most of the time, rude or mean sometimes, which is what I scored him at. Always kind and is kind to everyone all the time. Now, in the category of fairness, 4 choices. Always wants own way, even at the expense of others. Bad. Sometimes insists on having own way, even if it isn't fair to others. Is always fair. Is fair to everyone all the time in every situation. That's the best one.
Well, subjectively.
No.
So is he
Empirically.
fair? Well, I mean, to be fair to everyone all the time in every situation, it just seems like, very socialist,
Yeah.
So if we're going that way, if you're saying socialism is the best.
I'm saying if there was a way of a purest form of socialism, yes, then I mean, that would be the best.
So communism.
Wait a minute. Fairness.
I'm trying to think, was he unfair? I mean, yeah, he saw Rachel's boobies.
Well, I mean, insists on having his own way. Yeah, I'm sort of torn here. He didn't do that on purpose. He wasn't going for it. But, he doesn't try to offer any sort of, even though he shouldn't be forced, let's be honest here, people, he shouldn't be forced. If it was a woman and everybody was saying, hey, you have to show this person your boobs and the whole group was behind it, it'd be a horrifying thing. But everybody seems to be on board with the fact that Chandler should show Rachel his penis, and it's like, that's just as horrifying, even if he's a man.
Yeah, the Bing thing.
The Bing pole. So having said that, sometimes insists on having his own way, even if it's unfair to others. I mean, I'm just going to just this whole thing with the boobs. I'm just going to, wasn't his fault, but maybe he didn't handle it the best either.
True. I'm going to go with that one more. He's taken his own way. It may not be fair to Rachel. Doesn't mean it's right, though. Fair and right are totally different.
Right.
Loyalty. Go ahead and give me the 4 options.
Loyalty. Worst one, never admits to being my friend. Good Lord. Can turn against me if others do. Sticks by even when others don't. And the best one, always sticks by friends and family.
Let's see. I mean, there's no ultimatum given to Chandler, like, show her your thing or we're not going to be your friends. It's more one of those things that has to work itself out.
Yeah. And even if there was an ultimatum given, why would that reflect on him?
Well, I'm just saying it reflects on everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't be loyal to those types of people that give him an ultimatum like that.
Right. I'm going to say it always sticks by friends and family.
Yeah, he's really there for Joey. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any other point where he's not with the friends and family?
No. I can see Rachel's again, not something he was going for. He wasn't creeping like some people have suggested earlier in this podcast. He wasn't creeping for it.
I didn't say he was creeping for it. You can still be a creep.
Just wrong place, wrong time.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't make it a little creepy?
No, he did not. That was not his intention. He didn't know.
So if you just walked out of the bathroom and someone's in your house, it wouldn't be creepy.
Okay, well, see, here's the thing. Yes, and that because Rachel does blast him. She's like, "Oh, how dare you! You don't have any respect for blah blah, other people's places." But Chandler's been living across the hall from Monica for a lot longer than Rachel's been there. So there is a certain.
I feel like this is Rachel territory we talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Rachel's blasting him for rules that she's imposing as a new person in this territory. But listen, those rules haven't been established. Obviously, Chandler's been behaving this way, coming over whenever he wants. So he's not doing anything out of the norm.
Very good. All right. Always sticks by friends and family. Next.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up on the list is Joey. All right. Honesty for Joey.
And, given everything he goes through in this, and even if it's to a fault, always tells everyone the truth.
So we're saying that you can be by fault to always tell the truth. So that wouldn't be the most positive one.
It's the most positive response. Anyway,
I agree. Honesty. He's telling the truth to his friends. He's telling the truth to his family.
Right.
And that shows what kind of character that Joey is.
Right.
To his friends. Yeah, exactly. So always tells truth.
But he got a good, big old fat heart on him.
Kindness. Here's something for me. He was rude or mean to his father's mistress a little bit. Was it justified? I I think so. Like, he was a little bit standoffish with her. Like, when she was in the apartment. Like, not.
I don't know. He offers her a place to stay, gives up his own room. I mean, that's he actually gives up Chandler's room.
Yes, that's kind of rude, right? Like, did he get permission for it?
Yeah, he didn't get permission first. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I gotta say, you're right. Between is always fair. This is one of those things where, wait, is this kindness?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, kindness. Okay, I'm gonna say always kind.
I'm going to say always kind.
You said all that other stuff.
I had already locked it in.
Now, fairness, I mean, here's what I'm going to say. Even though Chandler didn't complain and he seemed to be perfectly on board with it, I'm still going to say.
Insists on.
Yeah, because you know what? He insisted on that woman staying over and separating his father and her. So it's like, he was really imposing. Again, not saying he was in the wrong for doing that, but I mean, he was still imposing his will on other people.
Exactly.
Sometimes insist on having his own way.
And then telling his mom and stuff like that. That's his own way. Is it fair to the others? Well, we find out later it's not. But
yeah,
how was he supposed to know?
How could he have known?
Sometimes you just don't know.
Right.
Loyalty.
He always, even though he's got all the reason in the world to
All the reasons.
Really be horrible to his father.
Reasons from 0 to all of them.
Yeah, and even with his mother admits that she's known about the affair the whole time, he's got a reason to be pretty angry with her too.
True, he should be able to be like, hey.
Yeah.
Because it's just setting a bad example for Joey and for young kids that are watching the show.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a good example.
It's a bad example.
Yeah, it's a good example. All right, next. Lock in your answers.
Monica. You know what? And I forgot to mention this on the last episode. And I'm really sorry about that. Monica's really, I'm not trying, I'm going to stop prefacing this but Monica's super gorgeous, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She's ridiculously gorgeous.
Yeah, she's the standout.
Yeah.
In these early seasons, I feel like she is, yeah.
I don't even know that. I mean, but it doesn't hold a candle.
No.
I'm sorry, doesn't hold a candle. But I mean, really, really gorgeous. I had to throw that out there. Monica's honesty. This is a very Joey-centric episode, Joey and Chandler, which was a relief. Monica, she didn't have much to do in this episode. Nobody really actually had much to do.
You're right. I mean, well, I guess the only thing you could hold against her, she doesn't tell about Raj to Phoebe.
Well, she holds back, but once pressed, I mean, I guess but you know what? Who says it first? Did she say it first? We hate him?
Maybe. And I guess she does.
Or no, Rachel says it.
Honesty.
Yeah, but you know what? They were withholding the truth. But she told the truth. It's not like she had been lying about it for a long time. When finally confronted with this, she hesitated, but she told the truth.
Consistently tells the truth. I can't think of anything else to go against.
Yeah.
Kindness.
Always kind.
Always kind. I can't really fault her for anything.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, sometimes like maybe there was a better way of telling Phoebe, but she wasn't even that bad about it.
Yeah.
But there's probably a nicer way of doing it, so I'd just give her a slight demerit there.
Right.
Fairness. Is always fair?
I would say so. I mean, even with the whole Joey coming in on her, she feels like she has to be fair. And I think she is behind the whole Rachel should see Chandler's thing.
Well, no, actually, it was Ross that proposed that.
Oh, God, don't even give me.
I know. I think we see where this is headed. A guy who has so little to do, he's so little to do this episode, he can't keep his mouth shut and keep his head down long enough to get a good grade. Anyway, we're going to come to that. I'm going to say those exact same words later. Right. Fairness, I'm going to say is always fair.
Yeah.
I'm really in love with Monica.
Right.
I'm super in love with her.
This character right now, and you can see why she was like the main character to begin with.
She's an absolute gorgeous angel.
And she's like perfect, with all of her crazy friends, dealing with them. Loyalty. Always sticks by friends and family.
Yeah. I mean, there's a tense moment between her and Ross where, Raj kind of brings up something about, right. But even that doesn't linger around long.
Has it been brought up that she was fat as a child?
I don't think. Oh, you know what? I think that has been established in a very sort of throwaway.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, we just watched the episodes last week
I
and the week
know
before.
they've been. I know they're still fresh.
We do know that Ross is the favorite from before,
Yeah.
but unfairly.
Right.
Like, who would choose? I mean, I guess you had to give Ross more love because he is just.
Huh?
Oh,
I don't want to. Don't even say that. It's
yeah,
just.
I couldn't get it out.
But no, we definitely did watch those other episodes recently. I mean, you can tell by we try not to date these episodes by making references. And I know we just talked about Bill Paxton a few episodes ago, and we just talked about Kevin Spacey.
Right. I mean, we shouldn't talk about Bernie Sanders being president right now either.
Yeah.
Um,
Kevin Spacey. I mean, but that could come up at any time.
You're right. Don't date the shows. I mean, going from Obama to Sanders as president.
The Bill Paxton thing is pretty much set in stone, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's not changing.
We can't. Yeah. All right. So next,
Phoebe.
Again with her, she is a very bland character. I mean, it's her boyfriend that's doing a lot of the stuff in here, but it's nothing against her.
Yeah, listen, Phoebe's, and there's nothing against Lisa Kudrow, who's a brilliant actress. But yeah, Phoebe is definitely the most underwritten character for a while. Like, this is the first time really that other people have had stuff to do other than Ross and Rachel. But this one, you know what? She always tells. I think she always tells everyone the truth. There's not really she doesn't lie to anybody.
Right.
I mean,
she's with Raj.
Yeah.
Kindness. Man, she's kind to everyone all the time. Does she pick fun at anybody?
Well, you know what? I mean, she does seem to revel in the fact that Raj is picking apart everybody's neuroses, and so that is kind of.
But is she rude or mean?
Well, the fact that she's not only allowing that to play out, but that she is kind of getting sort of a giddy pleasure out of it. Look, it's not a huge strike against her. Phoebe is still definitely one of the best people on the show.
I mean, I think it's set always kind.
Rude or mean sometimes, for sure.
All right, fairness. And if you're playing along at home, just make sure you mark it in. Always kind. Fairness. Is always fair. I can't think of a time where she's not fair.
Yeah, so if you can't think of a time that she's not fair, why wouldn't you go all the way? Why wouldn't you take it to the extreme?
Well, here's what I guess you could say she's not fair to Raj. This is her relationship with someone she really likes, and her friends, she sacrifices it for her friends.
But that's not what she should be doing, though. We're talking about the best friend. The friend should, come on.
Well, yeah, so I guess I didn't hold it against them that they forced her out of this relationship.
I'm going to listen, and I still love Phoebe. I'm going to say sometimes insist on having her own way, even if it isn't fair to others.
All right, it's always fair.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So if you're playing along at home, make sure you put in as always fair. Loyalty.
If you want to get it wrong, it's a wrong answer.
Loyalty.
She always sticks by
friends and family.
She didn't do anything. She didn't commit any crimes against them. Right. And when it came down to it,
she got rid of him.
Even though he was pretty much dead on.
He was great. So next part of our episode, Rachel.
Do you say next part of it? We're separating it. Like it always comes to this moment where we only have two left. And listen, that's alphabetical, people. We did this alphabetically.
I was hoping you were about to say we didn't do this and be like, wait, actually we did do it alphabetical.
So okay, Rachel, honesty. I don't know.
I mean, honesty. She's honest with her feelings about Chandler and how she feels about it and how she thinks she should see his thing.
I mean, is sneaking in on somebody, when they're, that could come out to something else, but I guess sneaking in on somebody while they're in the shower is a dishonest thing to do.
You're right. I wish there was a creeper thing, but there's not, for the 4 pillars of friendship.
Yeah, I don't really see how that works.
So I guess it would be.
I'm going to say lies sometimes.
I'm going to say consistently tells the truth.
Yeah. That's fine.
Kindness.
Is
she rude or mean?
Well, again, I know this seems wrong that I'm using the same thing on several categories, but, well, again, she did sort of, I think she blasted Chandler unreasonably and then tried to sneak in on him.
Is it unreasonable? Is that kindness or fairness?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
But I'm definitely not giving
you're
her
the
always
expert.
kind. I'm going to say ruder means sometimes. I know.
Yeah, I think it's ruder mean sometimes too.
Yeah.
She does snub Chandler, like when she's a waitress, Central Perk.
Yeah.
He is a patron.
That's a felony in New York.
Yeah,
I didn't even say you didn't even finish your sentence.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry. No, she's not.
No,
You
it's a
did say
felony.
that.
It's a felony. She stabs him. And
Yeah.
that's definitely a felony.
Yeah.
No, but she just is like, nah, I can't get anything for you. So I would say, ruder means sometimes.
Right.
Fairness.
Sometimes insists on having own way.
Always wants her own
Even if
way.
it's fair. Oh, wow, you're going all the way
I'm
to the
going all
bat.
the
You're
way.
putting her all the way in the dumper.
Here's the thing. She moves into Monica, the sweetheart, total sweetheart, total beautiful
What
sweetheart,
an angel.
Perfect.
Bless her.
Yeah.
I didn't know why I said that. I mean, bless her sounds too bland. I mean, what the hell am I? Supposed for a teen pastor?
Rachel moves into this sweet, sweet girl's apartment. There are rules established that Chandler and Joey can come and go as they please. And now Rachel's trying to put her own way there all the time.
Yeah.
Someone lets you move in, like you got to give some time before it's your place. Like you're living in someone else's place. Well, even then, it's still Monica's place.
Yeah. And I think I'm trying to be too sanitary about how I'm talking about Monica. I mean, when it comes down to it, yes, I'd be interested in this person and dating them and having, an intimate relationship with Monica.
Again, going back to Rachel, fairness always wants her own way, even at the expense of others. She wants to see Chandler's so she creeps in on him. She's the bigger creep.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, even if you think Chandler's zero creep, she's the bigger creep.
Chandler did it by accident. He wasn't coming in there, but she does it on purpose.
Actively goes in to that apartment with the intention of seeing his
Yeah, which is
intent.
that's another felony.
Yeah, in New York. So always wants her own way, even at the expense of others.
Well, I really wish I waited to lock it in because I've had sometimes insist on having it.
Well,
but
you
you're
would just
definitely
wait
right.
till we go through this.
No, I can't do that. You have to go with your feeling.
Because it's scientific. Loyalty.
Loyalty. She always sticks by her friends. Yeah, I guess she does. I can't really give her. She didn't act.
No, she goes against Chandler. So
She doesn't go against him.
She turned against him. Can turn against me if others do. I don't know. She sort of turned against Chandler. Snubbed him.
You know what? No, I'm going to give her always sticks by friends and family.
I'm going to stick by even when others don't. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to clock it in.
Stupid choices.
I mean, these are taken scientifically from Cosmopolitan, and these are the actual researched analytical points. All right, go ahead and lock it in.
Yeah.
Next up, Ross.
Ross lies sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm basing this a lot on his conversation with Raj during the thing because, listen, and Ross is nobody else to blame. If Raj is going to break him down and sort of pick apart his personality, I mean, it was up to Ross. I mean, Ross gave into it and pretty much just fell into everything, then started owning up to stuff that he wasn't even sure of.
Right.
So it's like if he was hiding all of these things from his sister, from everybody, isn't that a form of lying?
You're right. Consistently tells the truth.
And if you're admitting to things that you didn't do, then you're lying to everyone, including yourself. What a moron.
I agree.
Lies sometimes.
All right, kindness. Ruder means sometimes.
Yeah, definitely ruder means sometimes.
I feel like Ross is getting
I don't like
flush. Fairness.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just because of the way, even if it's fair to others.
Yeah, I don't have any good explanation why. I still like it.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. You have a sister that's an angel. Your sibling's an angel.
She's a goddamn angel.
Yeah. She is perfect. And then you're Ross. How can you be the favorite? It's not fair.
Monica, I wish we could have met. I don't know, just met. I just would like to, I'm putting all those other things aside. If we just had a conversation,
Yeah.
I would have liked that.
Yeah. Monica, my number's at the end. give me a call.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Wait a minute. I said that. Loyalty. I'm gonna go with this one. Can turn against me if others do.
I agree.
Yeah, because guess who was the one scumbag? Who's this
Wait,
pervo?
let me guess. Go ahead.
This just guess. Take a wild guess.
Yeah.
The pervo that concocts the whole idea that Rachel should get to see Chandler's song.
Yeah. Wait. Hey, do I get a guess now?
Go, yes.
Ross.
Yeah, it's Ross. I mean,
I knew it. It makes me so angry. I wish I watched this episode.
Yeah, what a piece of trash. I mean, that is his thing. Rachel doesn't even ask for it. Ross is right there at the ready. I mean, what a jerk.
All right, go ahead and lock in your answers.
Yeah.
So we took all of our scores. I want everyone at home, go ahead.
Yeah, just tabulate those scores, fold it in half, staple it, throw it in the other room.
Well, don't throw them away.
No, throw it in the other room.
Oh yeah. Unless the other room's trash.
No, I mean, don't make that. Your other room isn't trash, everybody. Come on.
You know what time of the show it is? It's the Gunther watch. Go ahead and tell us, did we see Gunther this episode?
He was out picking tomatoes. So he wasn't there.
Thank you very much for that. All right. Now we're going to the best friend ranking.
Neither was Alf's dad.
So from 1 to 6, 1 being the best friend.
Yeah.
6 being the worst friend. We're going to put these in order. How do you want to start?
Okay, number 1, got to be at the tip top. I got to go with Joey on this one. Joey showed a lot of character. He's a good guy, showing a big heart. Got to go with Joe. Joe, man.
Going with Joey as well. Number 2.
Even though took a peek at the wasn't his fault, and he was a really good friend to his buddy Joey, and it really was Joey's story in this one. I'm going with Chan man.
I'm agreeing with you. Monica's number 2.
Oh boy.
Monica, I like you more. Give me a call at the end. Number 3.
Number 3 is Monica, the angel, the sweetheart.
I'm choosing Chandler. Monica, just know I put you higher.
3 is a perfect number.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe. I mean, Phoebe doesn't want to do any wrong to anybody. She doesn't have a malicious bone in her body. Not yet.
Number 5.
Number 5. Oh my God. I'm really struggling with this one because, listen, this is even more annoying when they don't, because they're the worst.
Yeah.
But this one, they didn't. It's like they're lying low. So, okay, number 5, if I'm pushed, I'm going to go with Rachel.
Yeah, because there's more. Rachel gets mad, but then Ross, he just undermines so much.
Ross plants it. He incepts everybody with this got to see Chandler's wiener idea. And then we see how that turns out. Everybody ends up seeing somebody else's stuff, and people are, petrified.
And no one sees Ross's.
Ugh, nobody wants to see Ross's.
No one wants to see his. So I guess that leads us to number 6. Who is the worst best friend of the episode?
I mean, it's definitely Ross.
Definitely Ross.
Right, Ross.
Go and give me your 1 through 6.
Number 1 at the top, obviously Joey. Big-hearted Joey. Number 2, I'm sorry, you had...
No, go ahead and do your 6.
Yeah, number 2, Chandler. Number 3, Monica. 4, Phoebe. 5, Rachel. And 6, Ross.
My number 1 through 6. Number 1, Joey. Number 2, Monica. Number 3, Chandler. Number 4, Phoebe. Number 5, Rachel. Number 6, Ross. Let's go ahead and submit those.
Yeah, we'll click submit.
Everyone, thank you for joining us. Again, next week. Ian, what's it going to be next week?
They were eating a pizza in this episode too that was way too thick to be from New York. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
It was super thick. It was gross looking. It wouldn't be a thing.
Totally. And we'll discuss that more next week when we're here.
I don't think we will.
For season 1, episode 14.
Oh boy.